Hi, my name is Daniela Kawi and I am the author of A Reason to Love Me. I thought I would say hi to those of you who already know me and introduce myself to those of you who don't yet do, and share with you the reason why I have written A Reason to Love Me. Also to tell you a little bit more about what is in the book, if you haven't already read it. The reason why I have written A Reason to Love Me is because I am on a mission to reach out, help, and bring hope to as many people as possible. A mission to let those people that are going through hard times know that they are not alone, that there is always a way forward, that nothing is insurmountable, as well as the importance of self-love. A Reason to Love Me is the story of my life, a journey of struggle, battling a variety of situations, which I felt at the time were insurmountable. Situations like rejection, abandonment, depression, eating disorders, domestic violence, self-harming, self-hate, and a severe attack that almost ended my life. Although I have recently achieved the status of published author, I do have a day job. I am a counselor. I am an integrative therapy counselor. And it was while I was using my life experiences as an example with my clients that I realized how much of an impact my life was having on them, a very positive impact. I noticed that every time I shared my life experiences, it evoked within them a sense of hope, a strength, a belief that healing was indeed possible. Offering me my life as a genuine survivor of trauma, I was helping them believe that they too could do it. So this inspired me to write A Reason to Love Me. To summarize it, my book tells of my harrowing journey in search for a reason to love myself. My story begins in Italy, my country of birth, with a very strict Italian upbringing, with an atheist communist father on one side and a boarding school of strict Catholic nuns on the other. The majority of adults in my life then were not the nicest, the kindest, or emotionally apt. And I was raised in a manner that led me to believe that I was unwanted, unworthy, unloved, and all round not good enough. As my mother put it, she would have rather have had a bunch of thorns than to have had me. And as a very sensitive soul already from a young age, I began to internalize all of these beliefs. And by the age of 6, I was already suffering from my very first bout of depression and eating disorders. And this went on to repeat itself with stronger and longer lasting episodes in my teens, with the addition of self-harming and a massive dose of self-hate. And again in my adult years with the addition of the rest of the listed issues. Lost, messed up, broken, and with a handful of English words in my kit, I engineered a move to London to escape from it all and start in my mind my dream life. But things didn't quite go to plan. In fact, it got worse. 6 years in a destructive relationship, an emotionally crippling abortion, more spells of depression, successful and unsuccessful counseling, and then eventually ending up on the national news and newspaper having fallen victim to a vicious attack and raped 3 times at knife point at the end of an ex-con controversially released. Having come close to death at his hands and then eventually my own, as I did come close to committing suicide, I still pushed myself forward, determined not to let my attacker or any destructive relationships ruin my life. But what I hadn't realized was that I was not done with the self-destruction. And again, coming from a place of lack of self-love, a place where I only looked to fix the outside, again ignoring myself and my gut feelings, I married my first husband and I lived through his aggressive, domineering, drug and alcohol-induced violent behavior for years. Although to this there was a massive plus, a massive positive, I had my two wonderful children. And it was only when my ex-husband behavior began to leak out and be witnessed by our children that I managed to turn it all around. My focus in life changed. I took a stand. I left my then husband. I looked to find me, the love for me, my worth, my value, to give my children the best role model and life possible. Using a variety of techniques and approaches, some which I learned in therapy many years prior, but never consistently applied, others through research, self-help material, and sheer hard work and determination. My action, my thoughts, my daily routine evolved, and I moved my existence into a lighter, stronger place. I found me, I found the love for me, I found my happy place. And with a heart full of empathy and a solid wish to relieve other people's heart from the pain I could relate only too well, I did a counseling course and I became a counselor. And I started then living my purpose. I began to help others who were stuck in dark places like I had been, helping them get back to their happy place. And I also eventually remarried, and I am now living the happily ever after. When going through hard times, faced with pain and difficult decisions, we tend to feel very alone, and we believe that no one can understand us or what we are going through. And although technically this is true, as we experience life in our own unique way, with our own unique perspective, it is important to remember that other people can empathize, other people can relate, other people can be there for us, with us, if we give them a chance, if we trust and let people in. And with a reason to love me by bearing it all, I am hoping to lead by example. And don't get me wrong, to bear it all was not easy. If you do read my book, you will understand why. Leaving myself open to judgment and criticism is an absolute contrast to my father's teaching and upbringing, which is well encrypted within me. However, my purpose has grown much stronger than my fears, and my mission is one, and that is to reach out and help others, to remind people that it's okay to speak up, it's okay to reach out, there is no blame, and people will understand so much more than we give them credit for. I am sure many of you have or know somebody who has gone through one or more of the issues I mentioned, whether it is domestic violence, depression, eating disorders, self-harming, or rape. With the aid of my book, of my life journey, with all of its struggles, tribulations, and fights, but also with comebacks, lessons learned, and how I have learned to forgive in order to free myself and move forward. I am aiming to bring hope and strength to as many hearts as possible, reminding people that no one can destroy us without our permission, reminding them that life is now, and it is our responsibility, our right, to make each breath count. I am a survivor, and as such, I am throwing a lifeline out there, hoping to reach as many hearts as possible and bring hope and strength to whomever needs it. I have seen the dark abyss. I have fought the demons, and I am still standing. I have felt the emotional pain and the physical trauma, and I have risen. And now, with a deeper level of understanding, I want more and more to help others reconnect with their inner selves, to find the self-love and grow instead of struggle through happiness and joy. Whether it is through my book, my counseling, or my talks, I want to let people know that nothing is insurmountable, that there is always a way forward, a new path, a new way, a new strategy to never, ever, ever give up. So please do share this video, especially if you do know of anyone that could benefit from my message. And in the meantime, I thank you so much for taking your time to listen to me, to maybe reading my book. So until next time, I send you love and light, and I really, really do hope you find many reasons to love yourselves. Thank you.